So I have obtained one question to Rolf and Thomas, Annex 72. I will read the question. He said, does the proposed LCA method foresee an incentive for builders to use concrete from a less GHG emission intensive manufacturer, which is most likely more expensive? Or will the calculation of GHG emission be based on a general database on global GHG emissions of building materials? Do you understand the question, Rolf and Thomas?
Yes, I do, and I guess Thomas does as well. We don't recommend to use generic data in all cases. We recommend to use generic data in early stage of a project, and then later on, when it comes to purchasing specific construction materials, that then producer-specific data are being used, where the producers can show their, for instance, carbon footprint of their products compared to generic average concrete in this case.
Yes, so maybe I can add something. You know, there are rules like this mentioned by Rolf, but there are also other options. For instance, a client can ask for a very beginning for recycling product, and this was also the contribution by our colleagues from the Decathlon. There is the option for prefabricated elements, and in case of prefabrication, you know your very specific product from the very beginning. So in the case of prefabricated units, you can also start from a very beginning with producer-specific data, but it depends also from national calculation rules. They will allow or allow not in design stage, and in the case of building permit, to use product-specific data already, or there is a rule that you have at first to be on the safe side, use more generic data. So this is also open to the conventions discussed in different countries in different ways.
Thank you very much. I have a question to Karsten and Sergio. I think Karsten has mentioned about limitation of the measurement during the event. As you mentioned, usually they have a 2-week duration for the event. For example, this time, Solar Decathlon Europe is being held in June. So, in my opinion, in my judgment, it is not easy to evaluate the energy performance of the building, a house, especially for winter. So, how do you estimate? How do you evaluate energy performance throughout the year? For example, by using special calculation tool, except for this season, for summer, for winter. Karsten or Sergio, do you have any answer or suggestions?
Yeah, of course, and we are aware of this. And I just mentioned that taking knowledge from past IEA-EBC work, we introduced our co-heating tests taking place this week by heating the buildings, these test buildings, overnight to almost 40 degrees. So we install small electric heater and we dynamic heating sequences and analyze the temperature development over time. And by that, we try to compare this to simulation results. So this is Solar Decathlon introduced, and this is the direct outcome of cooperation with another Annex specialized in dynamic system testing.
So you try to keep the temperature difference between indoor and outdoor, like winter, to have a higher indoor temperature.
Yes, that's what we are doing.
Yeah, thank you very much. I understand. There is another question to Dr. Dirk Bessau. the first presenter. Are you here with us, Dirk? Are you still here, Dirk Bessau?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. There is one question from the audience, which I failed in picking up. The question is, if the energy efficiency of the building envelope is greatly improved, does this create a major challenge for district heating as a business model? This is a question to you.
Thank you so much. Yes, of course, if you have a district heating system, which depends on a special level of energy, energy supply, energy demand, whatever you take the view. Of course, if you reduce the energy demand on the housing side, it could be a problem. On the other side, there's so much possibilities to enlarge also district heating systems in a more efficient way. So, of course, this is a question for existing energy district heating systems. Could be a challenge for them, but on the other side, it could be also a solution to have larger networks with the same energy need at the end, and to have a higher energy efficiency in the system at all.
Okay, thank you very much, Dirk.